Thank you. How will Senate Bill 5, now known as Issue 2, on the ballot in November, help field schools?
We don't know. I don't know if anybody's read a lot of the bill, but it was a very hastily put together bill with a lot of vagaries in it that I think are going to actually have to be tweaked if it passes, and obviously if it doesn't pass, it won't change anything. But until we get clarification on a lot of the items in it from legislators that would have to fine-tune it, I don't know if we really can answer how it will affect us. Anybody else want to take a shot?
There is another House bill, though, that is in the process of working its way through legislation. I have dyslexia, I think sometimes, not with these numbers, though. There's a 153 and a 135, I think, that's out there. I think there's two of them. I think it's 135, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong.
I can't tell you.
And basically, it's the voucher. It's the one with the vouchers. It's on all school districts. It used to be that if you're only in continuous improvement, which is a really bad school district, I mean, you know, they got a graduation rate of like 5% or something like that, and all these other terrible scores, that you were allowed to get a voucher if you were in an inner city in an impoverished area. There is legislation that all school districts in the state of Ohio, and it looks like it's probably going to pass, all school districts in the state of Ohio, and everybody will have a voucher. And what that eventually does, it's going to take away from your school district and all the charter schools and all the parochial schools. So any funding monies that, any funds that are now in sad shape in the school district probably will be a lot worse. The other thing is, where I came from, Ledgemont School District, they never passed levies. It was terrible. They were rated out of the 7 county, the News Herald Today survey, and 7 counties of all the school districts, we were rated #1 at the worst at getting a school levy passed. And I can tell you that they were like one of the few school districts that were in fiscal emergency twice. To tell you the absolute truth, when they cut the busing, the school board president, who was over 20 years as school board president, his father was a school board president for 40 years before that. And basically, to tell you the absolute truth, all the kids that get bused, a lot of them don't come back. So when you cut the busing over the long haul, the families go to the new school district and they don't come back. So your school district shrinks, and you're going to get the type of people that don't want a school district that doesn't spend any money on their kids, because they'll go to Kent where they get twice the amount of money spent on their education.
Okay, thank you.
Back to the Senate Bill 5, I just want to reiterate that it does call for a 15% contribution from employees towards their insurance. And in this district, we are at 20 now. That was negotiated, and that was accepted by the board and the unions as well. So that part won't change. That's the only part I can be certain of. From my knowledge of it, I think the one change would be the pension pickups would go away, so it would save the district $60,000. So that's okay.